G'day friends and folks, today I'm coming at you with another Q&A. This is number 13. I have a ton of questions lined up for this Q&A, so without wasting time, let's go to the first question, which is, can Cell become a Super Saiyan God because he can make 5 Cell Juniors and they all have Saiyan cells? Because Videl was able to do it, what do you think? When I first saw this question, I thought absolutely not, no way, it's ridiculous. But if you think about it, it does make sense. I mean, if Videl was able to do it, and she only has a fetus inside of her who isn't even a full Saiyan, she's only 1/4 Saiyan, that being Pan, I mean, I don't see why not. Cell has Saiyan cells, and if he wanted to spit out Cell Juniors who, again, have Saiyan cells, I don't see why not. That is a good fan theory, although will it happen? Maybe in Dragon Ball Heroes. I will say though, I do find it funny how people automatically, as soon as a new form or a new power-up gets revealed for Dragon Ball, everyone just rushes to Cell to speculate, can he turn into a golden Cell with years of training, or can he turn into a god version of Cell? You know, stuff like that. But thank you for that question, man. Moving on to the next question, which is, are there any possibilities that Goku and Vegeta would become omnipotent by the end of Dragon Ball Super? I've talked about this before, I would not like it if that was the case. However, is it possible? Anything's possible in Dragon Ball, that's all I'll say. They kind of touched on this before at the end of GT when Goku absorbed the Dragon Balls. In my opinion, that implied that he did in fact become omnipotent. But do I think by the end of Dragon Ball Super that Goku or Vegeta are going to become all-powerful, omnipotent beings? I don't think so. Some people are saying that Dragon Ball Super won't even go past the end of Z, which if that's the case, I'm going to be a little bit let down. Because one of the things that I'm looking forward to most in Dragon Ball Super generally is Oob. He hasn't been confirmed, but honestly, that's in my top 5 things that I want to see. But rewatching and rereading the end of Dragon Ball Z, I don't know what it is, there's just something about that character that I really like. But yeah, to answer the question, no, I don't think Goku or Vegeta will become omnipotent by the end of Dragon Ball Super. So thank you for that question, man. Now moving on to the next question, which is, which English football team do you support? Really quick, just gonna answer this, Everton. Next question, what are the best what-if fusions? That's a good question. I'm gonna have to say Gogeta. For those of you that don't know, that's the fusion between Gogeta and Vegeto. I just think that would be totally badass, especially Super Saiyan gods. Oh my, I'm calling it right now, they would be stronger than Whis, and pretty much everyone else that's ever existed. Other than Gogeta, I would have loved to have seen what happened if Super Buu actually succeeded in absorbing Vegeto. Even though that's not a fusion, it's still a transformation, it kinda counts. The ultimate what-if fusion that I really want to see just made official, and you guys are gonna think I'm the biggest Oob fanboy in the world, Oob fusing with Majin Buu. Now I know they did it in GT, but in GT it's just not good. I mean, it's good. The way they fused was fine, but the way they were utilized was not. But that's about it for what if fusions. I don't want to see Cell fuse with Freeza or Harudigan fusing with Broly or someone. But thank you for that question, man. Now moving on to the next question, which is, have you seen Death Note? If not, you should check it out. It's less than 40 episodes and it's absolutely brilliant. Just watch one episode and you won't be able to stop. Well, just really quick to answer your question, I have watched Death Note and I do agree with your statement. I watched one episode and I just couldn't stop. I finished the entire thing in like 2 days. So thanks for that question, man. Now moving on to the next question, which is, who do you think is more greedy when it comes to strength? Goku, Vegeta, or Freeza? Well, I don't think that Freeza is greedy when it comes to strength, because as we saw in Resurrection F, Freeza has a lot of inner potential, he just never bothered to get it out, so he doesn't really care about strength, he just cares about ruling the universe and living forever. So between Goku and Vegeta, I definitely have to say Goku, because who became the god? Goku became the god. And ever since we first saw him in Dragon Ball, he's always been growing stronger, and I don't think Goku is greedy. I'm not saying Goku's a greedy character, but when it comes down to it, Goku is just more determined than Vegeta to grow stronger. And if you think about it, Vegeta's whole reason for training is to be better than Goku. If he's better than Goku, then he's happy, he's content. But Goku is never content. So that's why I think Goku is more power hungry than Vegeta. So thank you for that question, man. Now moving on to the next question, which is, what is your favorite Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT hero? Along with who is your favorite Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT villain? In Dragon Ball, my favorite character was Goku. In Dragon Ball Z, I have different favorite characters for different parts of Dragon Ball Z. For the most part, it's Vegeta. In the Namek saga, in the Buu saga, it's Vegeta. In the Android saga, it's Gohan. In the Saiyan saga, it's Goku. And for my favorite Dragon Ball GT hero, I want to say it's Oob, but it's not. It's actually Goku because he's the only person that actually did anything in GT. And my favorite villain for Dragon Ball was Mercenary Tao. My favorite villain for Dragon Ball Z was Super Buu. And my favorite Dragon Ball GT villain was Baby. So thank you for that question, man. Now moving on to the next question, which is Gogeta vs Vegito. Now this question has been asked millions and millions of times. I haven't answered it because I think the answer is obvious, but apparently some people don't. So I'm going to answer it right now. Vegito and Gogeta, I'm going to say their power levels are on par. There would be no reason for Gogeta to be stronger than Vegito, and there would be no reason, besides from maybe the rivalry boost, which I don't even know if that's a thing, for Vegito to be stronger than Gogeta. If they're the same power, and Gogeta can only have 30 minutes of that power, Vegito wins. Done. Next question. Answer my question because I love you and I'm subscribed. Thank you for that question, man. Now moving on to the next question, which is Piccolo vs Yamcha. There has never been a point in time where Yamcha has been stronger than Piccolo. Never. Ever. So that means that Piccolo would win. But thank you for that question. Now moving on to the next question, which is, if all the tubers fought, who would win? Definitely Kwaman. If you're talking about YouTubers generally, not just Dragon Ball YouTubers, then I would have to say Killer Keemstar, because that man is absolutely unstoppable. I reckon he could put up a good fight against just about anyone, even Whis. So thank you for that question, man. Now moving on to the next question, which is, do you think they'll introduce more movies like Battle of Gods to introduce other gods from other universes? Definitely not now. Considering we have Dragon Ball Super, I don't think there is going to be a need for any more movies. I think they're going to make them. I think they're going to make a third movie. They have to. Resurrection F did so well. I just hope they don't make a movie about the Universe 6 arc. If they make a movie about the Universe 6 arc as their third movie after Resurrection F, when we already have it coming in Dragon Ball Super, that is going to be a huge waste of time. Honestly, I'd like to see a spin-off movie, like a non-canon movie. Fusion Reborn, or Wrath of the Dragon, or the Cooler movies, or the Broly movies, or the Bojack movie. You know, just something unique. But yeah, thank you for that question, man. Now moving on to the final question for this video. Is Dragon Ball Z for girls? Well, judging by my male to female ratio, last time I checked it was like 98% male, 2% female. So judging by that, there are a few women that watch Dragon Ball, but it doesn't even come close to how many men watch it. If you're a female and you like Dragon Ball, that's pretty sick. But thanks for that question, man. Just to end off this Q&A, I want to thank you all for 50,000 subscribers. I don't really like making videos just saying thank you to you guys, so that's not what I'm doing. I'm just going to put this at the end of the Q&A. But I do want to say I appreciate everyone that has subscribed and is still watching to this point. I still am fairly new at this. I started making Dragon Ball Z videos back in, I think it was April, March, and it's probably one of the best decisions I think I've ever made, to be honest, and it's all thanks to the people that stick around. I do want to say thank you, but as always, I will see you next time on Dragon Ball Z.